So I have on my monkey shirt today. Monkey see, monkey do. And the reason I have it on because we are not monkeying around. Monkey. Singing. That's right. We are not monkeying around. We cannot monkey around and allow the socialist, liberal Democrats to take over our country. So my monkeys have bananas. So we went the whole deal. I'm going to get back to your calls here in a minute. Happy Men's History Month. August is Men's History Month. I have with me Jim Harrison. Jim is the National Director of the Natural Family Foundation. And his website, naturalfamilystrong.com. I wanted to talk to Jim about the family and about his foundation. Jim, good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. And Jesse, I love your shirt. I just love it. Happy Men's Month.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah. And so why the Natural Family Foundation? What made you started this foundation?
That's great. That's great. There's an old saying, I'll address the natural. There's an old saying that as goes the family, and it ends with, so goes the nation. As goes the family, so goes the church.
Yeah.
As goes the family, so goes education. As goes the family, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Natural was an interesting term. When I first started the ministry about 3 years ago, I was going to do traditional, and I was going to do modern family, but none of that really fit. And then God gave me the word natural, and I'm going, what do you mean natural? But it just makes sense because natural is one man, one woman. That's one blue and one pink, by the way. In a lifelong, committed, monogamous relationship with their biological and or adopted children. That is the key to civilizations. And we don't want to be monkeying around with that.
Yeah, that's right.
But we have. And that's why we've gotten into the situation we've got into today. In the family, I just gave you the content of the family, but it's also how you fit together. And that's really where you come into play, Jesse. And this is huge. In the family, you have to have a structure. If you have all the race car parts, and you put it together and you put the carburetor in the trunk, well, you're not going to go anywhere because you just don't have them in order.
That's
in order, if you're a Christian, it's God, Jesus Christ, man, woman, children. That's the structure. And what we're experiencing in America today is the breaking of that structure. You speak specifically to the black community, and you should. There's a huge problem there. But guess what, Jesse? The whites are trying to catch up with you.
Yeah.
I know I think you said there's something like a 78% rate where the father isn't in the family and the black family. Well, like I said, we're trying to catch up with you. And when we take a look at what's happening in society today, you take a look at what's going on in the streets, you're seeing anarchy, and anarchy is nothing more than less than lack of structure. Yeah. And it has to be the man. The man has to be driving that car. And I'm sorry, women drivers, it just doesn't work. You got to have the man driving that car, that family car.
I agree. We now work with all men because it's a spiritual thing. So we're working with everyone. How do people react to you or to this? I love that you said natural family. What type of reaction have you received?
Well, it's interesting because most people understand. You can try to talk to people about Jesus Christ and the Bible, and they've been trained to put you off, to give you the Heisman stiff arm. They won't listen to you.
Right.
But when you talk to somebody about the family, there's no borders. They'll talk to you immediately. So we all internally know what the family is about, and we know that naturally what the family is about.
Absolutely, man.
So when we get into the do's and the don'ts, I'm sorry, what was your question again?
The reaction, what the type of reaction you've been getting from people.
It's kind of like an oxymoron. Everybody knows it. They go, yeah, I understand, I agree with you, and then that's it. They don't recognize, like you do, and like other folks do, that there is an issue there.
Yeah.
That you can't just say, well, yeah, you're right. You have to do something about it, because our nation, if you look at history, Jesse, if you look at Rome, if you look at Greece, if you look at the great civilizations, what they did is they messed with the family. And once
Yeah.
they messed with the family, they no longer became nations and they're gone. So as goes the family, so goes the nation. And that is absolutely true. What you and I are trying to do is critical to this nation and the American Family Association. But the one thing that we don't do, and the one thing that I'm really trying to encourage, is that we work together, Jesse. You need to know me, and I need to know you, but we need to know the AFA. We need to know all those other organizations.
Yeah.
Uh, there's other father organizations that I'm going to try to connect you up with, brother, because it's important that they know who you are.
You know, another thing I've noticed, James, over the years is that in this country, they're calling everything a family now, except the order of the family. They call two women so-called marriage a family. They call two men who are so-called married a family. They call single mothers with children a family. They call everything but what it is, and a family is a married man and woman with children. Nothing else is a family but that. So how did we and why did we get away from the family in this country?
I think it's Karl Zimmerman wrote a book called Family and Civilization, and he talks about the individuals becoming the biggest thing in a family. He calls it atomization. It's individualizing the family. So it's about me, I guess is what I'm going to tell you, Jesse.
Yeah.
It's not about the family. It's about me. And this we could say this started with the onset of World War II, where both mother and father were kind of required to work out of the family to keep up with the Joneses. Then you had the pill, and the pill was huge. It was huge in terms of separating the family.
Yeah.
It gave a certain group of people their quote unquote independence. And then you had no fault divorce. And now we're messing with gay marriage. So it all comes back to, we need to recognize the importance of the family. If we don't recognize it, if we don't recognize what the family is, one man, one woman, etc., and the importance of it and the structure of it, well, I'm in the process of writing a book right now, and the name of the book is called Romans 2. And it's because we're repeating the exactly same thing that Rome did. If you study history and you look at the individualism that they had and how the families were all messed up, it's exactly what we're doing in America. Exactly.
It is. I've also noticed that most people agree that we need to have that order of the family back. Many do, but they can't seem to carry it out. When I was growing up, the family was a natural thing that happened. It wasn't an effort to have the family. But I noticed that with the black people, the government came in, the corrupt civil rights movement happened, and the family was destroyed and just been downhill. Why can't people carry out the order of the family nowadays? Why isn't it a natural thing to do?
We're inverted. What has happened is that I don't know whether it was the church, I could blame the church, or the men in the family, but one or the other just abstained from their responsibility. So instead of the family controlling business, the family controlling education, the family controlling government, it's vice versa. The government is controlling the family.
Yes.
It's saying what a family should look like. And again, what we want to do, we're not an organization, we're an idea. What we want to do is get people to focus on the importance of the natural family. If you make a law in the United States, if it has a negative impact on the natural family, you got to define the natural family first. But if we make a law and it's against the natural family, then we have to do something about that. We got to get rid of that law because we recognize the importance of the natural family. We have totally lost that. We've inverted the order. We're letting the government tell us. You talk about government-run schools, and it just drives me crazy. Schools teach four things. They teach life has no meaning. They teach evolution is fact.
Yeah.
They teach man, not God, is the measure of all things. They teach multiculturalism and diversity. There's that individual. There's that atomization of people. And the last one they teach is the state's your daddy.
Yes.
Schools usurp parental power. You send your child off to school, trusting the school teachers, and they're going to tell your child that they're the boss. Your family is okay, but if they do something wrong, report them. Okay, you have to report them. And it's just crazy where we've gone to.
That's amazing. We have a couple minutes left here, James. You want people to attend school boards and city council meetings and other meetings as well. Once they attend these meetings, what would they say in those meetings?
First of all, you got to get your family in order before you go. Well, you can do it at the same time, but if you're going to speak with authority, then you're going to have your family in line.
Yeah.
If you don't have your family in line, then you're going to be embarrassed because they're going to point out examples. So that's the key. And what you want to say to those well, I think it's a bad idea to try to fix a bad idea. I think government-run schools are bad ideas.
Yes.
I'd like to see them spend more time focusing on maybe getting homeschooled. Churches are okay, but they still have the possibility of getting man entered into the schools, and you don't want to do that. God gave you the children, and he didn't give them to you to have somebody else educate.
That's right.
And what I'm going to leave you with is what happened to me and what happens to millions of parents is we send our children off to government-run schools for 12 years, and after 12 years, they send us 12 back complete strangers.
Amazing. James Harrison, thank you so much. Your organization is the naturalfamilystrong.com.
That's the website. That's right, sir. Thank you very much, Jesse, for the opportunity.
Yes, sir.
God bless you.
We'll talk again, James. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, look forward to it. Thank you.
Okay. Amazing!